Hey guys, it's Joe. Welcome to the first episode of the story of WoWMartiean. It's basically a backstory on not only how the WoWMartiean channel and the content creator became to be, but how Martian came to be, how and who is Martian in terms of World of Warcraft. Where did I begin, and where did Martian begin, and then at that point, where did WoWMartiean begin? So we're going to go ahead and go through that whole process in a series of videos, starting with this one, which is going to just talk about specifically my World of Warcraft journey before I was ever even really considering being a content creator. It all started it started prior to July of 2006. I was playing Call of Duty 2 with a lot of friends of mine. I wanted the July 4th holiday off from work. Unfortunately, too many people had already requested it off being a holiday, so I was not able to get it. But July 5th, 2006, I was able to get off. So I went ahead and took that day off, planned on playing Call of Duty with my friends, logged into, I think it was TeamSpeak back then, and they were all there, and they were all talking, and they were active, stuff was going on, so I got onto the servers, and I was like, hey, let's play some Call of Duty. I look around, and the server's empty, yet they're all on TeamSpeak talking. And I'm like, where are you guys? What are you doing? We're playing World of Warcraft. At that point, with my whole crew from Call of Duty 2 going into the game, I was like, all right, whatever. They gave me a free 10-day pass, and I went ahead and downloaded it and got it all patched up and got in. And didn't know what I was doing. I'd never played an MMO before, had no clue what I was doing. Looking at the classes and everything, I picked Warrior. I didn't pick a Druid, I didn't pick Martian. I picked a Warrior named Macon, named after an old comic book character a friend of mine and I from high school created. And I figured, hey, he's a warrior. He's going to just go out and kill stuff. So I made him a Fury warrior, which Fury was not really that great back in the day, but I didn't know. I didn't care. And I certainly wasn't looking at any group content when I created him. I had no idea anything about dungeons or raids or any of that stuff. I just knew I was going to run around this big world with my friends. Down the road, I eventually made Martian. I made a Druid. And so we went ahead on September 18th, 2006. I have it. I have the screenshot of the very first day we started running around, and Martian was born. But actually, to be fair, the character of the Druid was born on September 18th, 2006. Not Martian, though. At that point, Martian was known simply as Marty McFly. Keep in mind, we were on a role-playing server, so Marty McFly was not exactly a role-play kind of name. It pretty much went against the whole purpose of the server, but I had no idea. I didn't even know anything about RP at all. I just went there because that's where my friends were playing. So I created Marty McFly because, of course, Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie of all time. And everything I ever did online, was always something in some variation of Marty McFly. So it only felt right that I had a Marty McFly in World of Warcraft. By the time Burning Crusade came out in January 2007, I was experimenting with, actually going Horde side because I had started a job in North Carolina at that point, and a lot of my friends there were playing World of Warcraft, but they played Horde and I was playing Alliance. So I decided to play with my work friends and swap over there for a while and see what the other side of the game was like. I had a paladin over there. My paladin became my main. I started raiding with my paladin, and he was actually a holy paladin. It was the first time I stepped out of my comfort zone and did some healing. And to my surprise, I actually really enjoyed it. And when Wrath came around, I kept leveling over on the Horde side and kept playing my paladin. But there was still more that I wanted to see. In fact, when the patch came in for Titan script for warriors, I was excited, and I had to go over to my warrior over on Alliance side and at least try two-handed, dual-wielding two-handers. It seemed really fun to me. And as I was there looking at my, character selection screen, I saw Marty sitting there. And I was like, I loved healing on my paladin. I wonder what druid healing's like, because I had not done druid healing at all. So I went ahead and tried it, and oh my god, I could heal while moving around instead of being a paladin and having to stand there and just do this. I was shocked, and I was in love. The fact that I could heal to my heart's content and be mobile, it was everything I wanted. Now the thing was, in that time though, being on an RP server, I think this was around sometime, late Naxxramas, somebody did not like our guild. We're pretty sure. And pretty sure they didn't like somebody in particular in our guild. Not me, but an ex-girlfriend of theirs. And I stood up for this female. And this person did not like that very much. And I'm pretty sure he's the one who reported Marty McFly as a bad RP name. And so one night before we were raiding, and I was like logging in 15 minutes before raid, I was met by a warning that I had to change my name. It did not fit the RP realm standards, so I had to change my name. All I could think of was, well, his nickname still has to be Marty somehow, because that's what everybody called me. So I just sat there and I was like, well, I don't want to do M-A-R-T-Y because that's just too obvious. So I did T-I, M-A-R-T-I, and I was like, now what? And I was in a hurry. I had a raid to get to. So I was like, M-A-R-T-I-E-A-N. Whatever. If I don't like it, I'll change it later. So I hit it, logged in, went to raid. Almost immediately, somebody said, you change your name to Martian? I'm like, no, it's not Martian. There's no E in Martian. It's Martiean. Marty. Just call me Marty. Like you always did. So that was the day Martiean truly was born. He was always my main after that. And really, and all the way up into, when I started doing YouTube and everything, I didn't know what to call my channel. I was just a huge fan of WoW Hobbs in particular. WoW Krendor, as well, but WoW Hobbs was like my hero. So when I decided to make the channel, I picked Martiean as my name, WoWMartiean, because I wanted him to... I thought the idea of having it named WoWMartiean gave me a lot to live up to because of how incredible Hobbs was. And I wanted that challenge, and I wanted to live up to the standard that he put out there. Because again, he was my hero, and frankly, he still is. So when you see WoWMartiean, you can thank WoW Hobbs for that, because he was the man, and I wanted nothing more to live up to the legacy that he put forward on YouTube. That is the story of Martiean in terms of World of Warcraft. Now, the content creator part of WoWMartiean, the part that, like I said, was named after Hobbs, and that's how it began on YouTube and Twitter and such, I'll put that out in the next video, and we'll go through the whole process of that journey, because that's when things get really interesting. Anyway, thanks guys, take care, and see you in the next episode.